Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the rules that'll help you get ahead in life. A couple of things. If you're looking for coaching and you're looking to get ahead of the pack in a world full of 7 billion people, being different, standing out, and being unique is important to the process. When you begin to understand the value of doing exactly that, you will be able to get more out of your daily life, your professional goals, your personal goals, and all points in between. Doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be exceptional in every area, but knowing how to stand out and step out is an important part of moving forward. So, a couple of things to look at in that regard. Question all things. So, the more you're willing to ask questions, the more you're willing to understand that there needs to be a why behind everything you do, the easier it is to begin to not fall into subconscious or unconscious patterns. The people that don't ask questions find it harder to innovate, which is the next thing to consider when looking at trying to move forward in a meaningful way. So, something like understanding how to move things forward can be super valuable, especially when you begin to understand your own value as it relates to moving things forward. But you have to be able to see yourself as A, worthy of doing this, but also B, understanding the intrinsic value of every move you make and not just singular moves. Question everything. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to fight things. It just means wonder why it is that way. If something doesn't make sense to you, work on it and work it through until it does. Always be in a place of personal, and professional improvement. When you are committed to improvement in every possible facet and fashion, you're then better able to find solutions to problems. Also, when your mind is engaged in the process of learning, you are then able to see problem solving from another perspective. When a problem comes up and you haven't learned something in a while, it takes longer to activate the part of your brain that has to do the problem solving work anyway, which means you'll have a harder go of it when trying to solve problems. Instead, when you're in the process of learning on a continual basis, it's better able to understand how to get into a meaningful aspect of how to move forward from a deeper level. The next thing to consider on in that way is be willing to innovate. So find life events or things that are challenging for people, and then innovate solutions, or at least try to think of innovative solutions on a continual basis. These individuals don't necessarily need for you to solve everything, but having someone to bounce ideas off of can be helpful in moving forward. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to know everything that's coming, but being able to offer alternatives to the way someone is believing or behaving can be helpful when trying to help someone break free of their pattern. Understand that time is a limited resource and we all have the same amount of time in a day, week, month, or year. This means that understanding the use of time appropriately and trying to chunk things down into manageable segments can be helpful when a person is trying to achieve certain goals professionally, personally, or interpersonally within their personal relationships. When time is used efficiently and effectively, while you won't get more of it, you'll feel like you have more of it than the average person because you will begin to understand that what you do matters just as much as how you do it. And understanding how to streamline your time will give you the illusion or the perception that you have more time than the average person does. In reality, you have the same amount of time, you're just using it better. And when you begin to understand that using your time well matters more than what you're actually doing in some cases, can mean the difference between struggling and succeeding. So, finding a way to get to a place where you understand time management in a way that relates to you, not someone else telling you to do something in a certain time frame or time manner, but just managing yourself in a way that is logical and linear, can be super valuable when trying to achieve goals both in the short and long term of things. So hopefully this is helpful. I encourage you to keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment. Until next time, everybody.